صلى الله عليه وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ماذا الشيطان الأمر ماذا. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب وأحلم حياج الله وجه. أحمده سبحانه وتعالى وأشكره وهو أهل حمد وثناء. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ومصطفى. اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وأهله وصحبه وسلم. Praise be to the one Allah who revealed the book to his servant Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and did not make any distortion to it. I praise him, Allah, the exalted one and the high, and I thank him. It is he who deserves the praise and gratitude. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, the one who has no partner, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the servant of Allah and his messenger who was chosen by Allah. Allah, let your blessings and your peace be upon your servant, your messenger Muhammad, and on his family and companions. Ameen. Alhamdulillah bil alameen. We thank Allah Almighty for another opportunity that he returned our souls so we may learn something as why we here. Coming here as male, female, black, white, red, yellow, brown, growing up in Africa, growing up in Asia, growing up in Europe, growing up in America, growing up on the south side, the west side, the north side. Why are we here? This is the question that most people don't have a clue about. And when you don't have a clue about something, that means you're lost. And when you're lost, you're always going to hesitate, and you're not going to have a full power to move forward, because you can't move forward, move where, if you don't know how to move and when to move. So there is a reason in every season that we were here. When you as a sperm drop hit the egg of your mother, that had already been ordained. That had already been ordained. This conversation had already been put in motion eons and years away before we even came into physical existence. First the unseen, then the seen. And we are a representation of that was in the unseen. Now we're seen. But we can't see why we're here. Well, you know, that back in the day when the Prophet Muhammad SAW was given the revelation. He was given the revelation to go to a people like ourselves who had forgotten who they are and whose they are. And he went among them, and among them they were divided in different tribes. They were burning their daughters alive. They were worshiping idols. They were worshiping everything. They were doing all kinds of things. Nothing different from what we're doing now, it just was worse. So here's someone who was among the people whom the Creator had sent to be among the people to bring them to their Lord. And this is what we don't understand. Even though we run in the churches, we run in the synagogues and mosques, we have very, very little understanding as to why we're going into a mosque or a church or a synagogue. And what is the relationship between what they're saying about this being they call God, when my situation need more than that? I need to have something else. Where is that being they're talking about? The understanding of ourselves is so far away, but it's really so close to us. It's just like the sun that shines up in the sky. They say it's 93 million miles away. But But the relationship that the sun has with human beings is that when that sun shines, we take health and invigoration from that sunlight. When that sun don't shine, it ain't the same than when it shines. Even though we know it's daytime, the clouds are hiding the sun. So if those clouds was hiding the sun every day, and the temperature became very, very cold, it will begin to change our mindset and our thinking about ourselves and everything else. We'll start to feeling tired, and we'll start to feel not invigorated, and they don't feel enlightened. You go to any place. Go here on the lake on a sunny day. You see that sun shining, beaming down on the lake, and the water is blue, and it's beautiful. The water in itself is not blue. It's just that there are no clouds. When there's clouds, if you go over to Lake Michigan now and look at the lake, it's going to be gray. From the clouds, the darkness of the clouds. But when that sun starts beaming through and you can start to see the sky, now the water becomes blue. And it's beautiful. See, it has an effect on us. We go somewhere, we go to one of the islands or even the beach, and we see that sun, and it's a sunny day, and the water's blue. We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. We have a very excited attitude about ourselves, and we're taking a benefit. That's because it has an intricate relationship with us. Everything has an intricate relationship with us, whether we understand it or not. If it doesn't show for so long, there's going to be an effect on us mentally, physically, and spiritually. You just stay in the house all the time and don't go out on sunny days and see the difference when you go out than staying in. I heard one of my brothers talking, and he said that he was in prison for about 6 months straight. He was in his cell 24/7. He came out maybe an hour to shower. So then he heard there was cleanup duty outside, and it was raining outside, and he said he went outside. Even though it was raining, he started crying. He said because he felt free. So it was showing that everything has an effect on us. Whether we know it or not, it has an effect on us. It's just a matter of understanding. Like our Creator. We hear about the Creator all the time. We hear about God in the church, in the synagogue, in the mosque. But it's like something that's so far away from us that we can't even relate to. Where he at now? When I need him now. I prayed, ain't nothing happened. But the mere fact that you were able to wake up shows that Creator woke us up. It's an effect on us, whether we understand it or know it or not. So it takes understanding. When you do better, you have to know better to do better. And so I don't come to you to give you no message or to preach to you. I ain't here for that. I'm here to remind us that we have a relationship with everything that moves and everything that don't move. Everything that we can see and everything we don't see. And when there is a situation where people are not invigorated and they're not prosperous and they're not vibrant, we should ask the question, why? Ask the question, why? Maybe I ain't in the sunlight. Maybe I'm just closed off from the reality of reality. See, this is why we're all lucky to be gathered here for whatever reason, whoever you are. You got some kind of trial and tribulation going on in your life. Everything you wake up, every time you wake up, everything is not working the way you want it to work. Some things are working against you to the point that you get so down and so depressed. and so bewildered. You just want to hurt somebody. Mad, don't know why you're mad, because that accumulates over and over, day in and day out. No sunshine, no sunlight, no beauty. Just ugly dullness begins to sap your energy, make you think negatively and doubt. Think in terms of hatred. Whose interest is that in? For you not to be invigorated. For you not to be happy. We don't ask this question. See, because in order for us to come into the scene, we have to come from the unseen. We don't ask about that. Since we're in the scene, we don't ask about the unseen. We don't even think about where I came from. You think you just came from your mama? Where did your mama come from? Where did the mama's came from? Did they create themselves? Did your father put the sperm drop in his loins? Did your mother put the egg in her loins? We don't think about it. We don't think that far. Because we are so engaged in what we lack and depressed and no energy and doubting, we don't even think past our nose. And most people are like that. So it's easy for us to do something synthetic, to entertain ourselves, to appease ourselves, to alter our consciousness, to take us away from our misery, to novocate ourselves from the pain of being taken away from our game. It's a reality. It is what we don't understand. And those who don't have understanding cannot give us understanding. See, every day is a different day. You're either improving or you're not improving. Every day. Every second, you're going up or you're going down. Your thoughts are getting negative or they're getting positive. So, our thinking has been taught, if something in front of us that we can see and can touch is not appeasing to us, there's no happiness. Because we have been trained only to look or to live with our physical body, our eyes, our ears, our hands. That's all we know. That's all we've been taught. So we're all enslaved. But there's a part of us that longs to shine and give a benefit. But no, we shut it out. We shut it out. And so it can't work for us because we don't accept it. And this is what our reality is. So it ain't about no words that you read in the Old Testament, New Testament, and the Quran. If you don't understand the heck who you are and what you are, why you are, how you are, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why when you really know, understand just what you are, what you really are, because your body is not you. We are souls with bodies. You're not your body's not you. And you can't define yourself with your body. So now you in existence for a while, for a minute, and so now you die, you in the grave, so that's it. That's it. No more you. Got a rude awakening in the grave. Have you ever gone to sleep and saw yourself flying somewhere or talking somewhere or doing something? Has anybody ever had any dreams? You think it's just a dream? What is a dream? What is a dream? A dream is a seeing in the spiritual world. And based on how you're living your life in this life, it could be nightmares or a good dream. Oh, I dreamed that I got shot. Oh, I dreamed that somebody broke in my house. That's where you are physically, your mentality and an environment. Your soul is telling you, hey, this is where you are. This is not who you were created to be. You have to seek understanding about who you are and whose you are. Otherwise, you're going to die like that. You're going to lie like in a grave, and you can't come back once you wake up. Because when you die, you really wake up. And so death is the twin brother of, sleep is the twin brother of death. Because when you go to sleep, you really wake up. It's paradox. Because you start seeing, try to fly when you wake up. Jump off that bridge. Be flying around through the hood. So your reality is shown to you when you close your eyes. Because there's a part of you that leaves that body. And it goes into where it is, where it's from. Or where you have it in terms of what you're doing when your eyes are open. See, there is a food for your mentality that you think, that stimulates your mentality. There's a food for your body that gives you strength, a power to be able to do the things, to be athletic or do what you need to do. And there's a food for your soul. But we ain't being told. We've been sold to the devil. And it's real. And he's convinced us that he doesn't exist. And we don't have a clue in that. So it ain't relevant when we're going to the church and we're going to the synagogue or the mosque, because they don't understand what the understanding should be. They say you're going to hell because you're sinning. Well, okay, all right. Well, let me get some understanding on that. Okay, well, how can I avoid that? And what is that? See, all sin is like this. You're a multi-billionaire, trillionaire, and somebody is taking money out your account without you knowing it and spending it without your permission. So you're getting broker and broker. That's a sin. Your soul Creator gave you. As long as someone is taking your soul because your behavior is paying for the lack to have someone steal from you, then you get weaker and weaker. It shows in the way of depression, signs of depression. You become weak. You become in doubt. You become irritable. You start having mental diseases, physical diseases, poverty. It's horrible, all because we don't know how to protect our treasures. That's all it is. It ain't something so complex. You don't have to be no scholar to know what to do to guard your money. You know, they put the money in the bank, they lock it up. They don't open the doors. When they leave out there at night, they don't say, okay, the front door open and the bank is open too. Anybody want to go in there and take what they want to take? They lock it up. And even in the daytime when they open, they got security with guns on their hips. Cameras everywhere. Guarding the physical treasure. But you can't take that treasure with you, which is not real treasure. See, what we really need to understand is that treasure that we can take with us when we leave this life. That treasure that we neglect while we're in this life. So the prophet, peace be upon him, he came among the people. And he was telling the people what we're saying to you now about burying their daughters alive and worshiping something other than their Lord. They were cheating themselves and they were losing their souls as a result of eating the wrong kinds of food, mentally, physically, and spiritually. They became weaker. They became ignorant. And they were losing. And so therefore, they just grabbed on anything. If you don't have no food and you're starving, you will eat anything. You eat anything and it'll be good. You grab some grass. You eat anything. And when your mentality is messed up, you seek anything for any kind of relief. And when your heart is disturbed, you do anything to cover up that pain, even if it's something that's not good for you. So we don't understand this. And that's why it's a blessing and a mercy that we're being gathered here today. Because somebody hear me up in here. I don't know you, you don't know me. I don't know nothing, I don't need to know nothing. But our Creator who created us know us. And just like when we turned on our faucet this morning and turned on the water to drink some water because the pipes was hooked up and Lake Michigan was being able to force in a place where it can come out and come to everybody's house, the Creator sent human beings as faucets to be turned on so the people can drink. And we in that environment, that's a lucky day for us. A thirsty man in the desert that finds a faucet or well is a blessed person. Quench that thirst. We all thirsty. And saying you can't go so long being thirsty. They say, but after 30 days, if you don't drink the water after 30 days, you're gonna die. You need some water. At least 30 days. Food even less. You can't go without no food 30 days, just no food at all. How strong are you gonna? You think you're gonna be able to, after not having no food 30 days, you're gonna be able to shoot a three-footer, jump shot, a layup, let alone a three-pointer? You ain't gonna be able to bounce the ball. And when you throw it down and it comes back up, you ain't gonna be like even hit it. So this what sin is. Sin is not knowing how to keep your strength. Sin is when you're losing your power that you came here with. And all guidance is teaching us how to keep your power and to get more power. That's all it is. How to stay healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, politically, ethically. How not to be poor and in poverty and sick and spiritually dead. That's all it is. 124,000 prophets came to the people just to say that. Who understands it? They don't understand themselves. We have sick leaders. How can the blind lead the blind? How can you get advice from a poor man about making money? Get knowledge from a sick person about being healthy. Or a wise person, an ignorant person to learn wisdom. They have to be where we're trying to go. And the prophets were where we would need to go. Return us back to our Creator. The prophet, peace be upon him, was burdened. Because when he came among the people were in such a state of depression because there was really no sun, no light, no spiritual light in their lives to give them warmth, to invigorate their hearts, their souls, their minds, their body, their activity, to be brilliant and enlightened, to establish something. Our reality is not to be enslaved or be subject to the welfare of family, friends, and the government. When we were born here by a Creator. I'm not going to debate nobody's religion and theology. To me, that's crazy. Where are you? What's your actions like? How happy are you? How enlightened are you? How good are you? What are you doing with your life? Picture more than 1,000 words. Don't talk trash to me if you trash. You can't enlighten me if you full of trash, garbage. I'm enjoying good. You don't enjoy good conduct on some people if you losing all your power. People are inspired by inspired people. And you cannot be inspired unless you inspire. Why did people want to be like Jordan? Why did people want to be like anybody that was performing well? Because they were successful. Couldn't they tell you how to be successful? And whether you were willing to put in the work is another thing. This is what's lacking in our community. And we lack understanding and leadership in our community. Our alderman can't save us. Our mayor can't save us. Our governor can't save us. President can't save us. We have to be trained to save ourselves. Ain't nobody gonna brush your teeth for you every day. Ain't nobody gonna wipe our hind parts for us. We don't learn how to do for ourselves and then teach others. We'll never bring back the village. And we're not talking about just a village because it's weak. We don't want no weak village. Why have a village and it's weak? We want a strong, vibrant village. We want some manhood and womanhood in our town.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Ha! Somebody that know what they're doing and can take us where we need to go. Get our treasures back. How we get our treasures back? Because we all came here with treasures. We ain't even died yet and we done already lost our souls. So how are we going to go before the people and say anything to them? Nothing. Nothing. So we're asking Allah Almighty to help us. Amen. And to send us guidance. Guidance that's vibrant. Guidance that's guided. Allah tawfiq al-Fatiha. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. Allah Almighty was telling the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that he told him about the burden. And he said that I have relieved the stress from your heart and your back. I've expanded you. And he said, with every difficulty, there is relief. With every difficulty. This is his creator talking to the prophet, telling him. Because he was stressed out. Always get stressed out. People get so stressed out, they get mentally and physically and spiritually sick. They just want to hide, they get depressed, they want to commit suicide or kill you. They don't know why I'm just stressed out. I just want to hurt something, and I'm going to hurt something. And the prophet was tested like that because when he came among the people, it was just saying a lot. This ain't even working. These people are so dead. They're so depressed. They done lost their souls already. What can I do? Allah says, verily with every difficulty there is relief. When you have finished your immediate task, still labor hard and turn all your attention to your Lord. That's the key. That's it. Turn to the Creator who created you. If you've been sponsored by a billionaire and you get broke, turn to the billionaire. See, we lost our common sense. Common sense ain't so common no more. And we done lost wisdom. Wisdom is a lost treasure. Ain't nobody wise no more. It ain't even, it's just not fashionable to be wise anymore. But see, Allah Almighty, the Creator, is raising up those who are wise that are gangsters with their wisdom. They know how to get to us. Their knockout punch is faster than the devil's knockout punch. They will hit the devil 3 or 4 times in succession, in which the devil will fall down and get up and beg forgiveness. It's their Lord through them. Everyone has access to that. But we've been trained not to believe it. We've been trained. Leave your doors open at night so I can come in and steal your treasure. Then you wake up the next day and you're mad. You wonder why somebody took your stuff. You left your door open. The only one who will steal from you is somebody that don't have what you have. Or they're just greedy. Whose interest is it in to steal our soul? You can't steal nobody else's soul. It ain't in your interest. So whose interest is it in to steal our souls? See, the devil's real and he's convinced us that he doesn't exist. And we don't understand that. So in order for us to change what is outside in our community, we got to change what is in ourselves. We got to begin to understand that's in us. We have to understand our mentality, we have to understand our physical body, and we got to understand our soul. And once we are trained by those who have been trained to understand that, then we can bring back the treasures to our community. Now we can have a vibrant village. People are strong. We just don't want an ordinary village, somebody breaking an eye. We don't want that killing. That's not even who we are. We're acting against our purpose. We didn't come here to act and to attack each other. So when we're attacking each other, whose interest is that in? Because as we attack each other, we're losing our value. We're losing that part of us that gives us power. Whose interest is that in? Not ours. It's sickening seeing our babies in those caskets. I mean, it's getting rare now to see somebody old. Right now, I go to the funeral now. Let me see what beard in there. Ain't no beard, ain't no white beard. A baby? What? Somebody just got some fuzz on their face? Somebody's beard is black? Oh, little sister? Come on, man. We can change this, and we will change this. Because Allah Almighty, that is Allah Almighty's will. And His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Believe me, He's raising up His. It's going to be done. Wa ma tawfiq al-Fatiha. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta 'alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. Amin.